Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 9. I know we're going to kick off with something that might annoy some people, but it'll be the second to last time I do it before things kick off. So I just want to give a quick shout out to my Twitch. I know you'll be like, oh my god, Pagey, stop. But anyway, I just want to give it a quick shout out. We'll be back to live streaming on YouTube once or twice a week, depending on the individual week and the necessity of a stream in the next couple of weeks, as not only the Flash comes back, and then also we have Superman and Lois coming up about a month later, but there's also a lot of like DC movie stuff as well. But on Twitch, there could be up to like 3 or 4 streams a week, depending once again on what's going on and the necessity and stuff like that. So the link is in the description for the Twitch for those that want to go over in advance and follow. Trust me, I think we have a decent amount of fun on there, fun over there. I'm sure there might be some people here that remember the Twitch streams from like 3 years ago before I stopped doing Twitch, just because it wasn't convenient at the time. So yeah. Now there is also like a bell type notification once you follow on the page over there if you want to be notified. But yeah, it would be awesome if anyone wants, for anyone that's interested, could go over and do that. We will be doing a live stream for the Flash movie trailer in about a month's time, which should be fun. But that's just a tease at one of the streams we're going to be doing. But yeah, back into the normal video. Now, we have known for a good week or so that we have a very, very special episode coming our way in the back half of The Flash's 9th and final season. This episode, of course, being episode 9 of season 9, and will feature the return of not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 characters from The Flash as well as the Arrowverse's past. These being Wally West, or Kid Flash, Diggle, Bloodwork, and ya boy Oliver Queen. Now, of course, the Oliver Queen return was what made most people freak out and definitely trended pretty heavily on social media and just get people super excited, as the other 3 characters are still alive in the present day. So it's obviously extremely plausible as to how they come back onto the show because they're not dead. But Oliver, of course, died back in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event, so his return is going to raise a lot of questions and just people going, what the hell's going on here? How is he back? Now, we did get some set photos from the other, day or so that confirmed one aspect of Oliver Queen's return, and that is that we will see him as Green Arrow, but alongside that, he will be wearing the Season 8 suit in at least one portion of the episode. Now, the thing we don't, 100% know, I guess, is whether that is the iteration we're getting for the entire episode, or for just this one portion and, part of the episode. And there could be other versions of Oliver Queen throughout the episode in whatever form it might be. And this does lead into what this video is about, and that is a possible reveal as to how exactly Oliver Queen returns in The Flash Season 9. Now, as per usual, when it comes to stuff like this, take it with a grain of salt. I'm always going to say that because you never know. But the person who told me this has no real reason to lie to me, at least in my eyes. I don't know why they would lie, so we'll talk about it. But yeah, I just want to stress, take it with a grain of salt and don't take this as gospel because I'm just repeating what someone told me. So, disclaimer! So apparently in this episode, not sure if it's throughout the entire episode or just at certain stages, wasn't overly clear, but we are time traveling apparently. Now, it's unclear to me, at least from what I was sent, as to whether it is just Barry, or Barry and Wally, or even more than that, but time travel apparently plays a part into this. And from what it seems, we will be in familiar periods of the show, but potentially parts between other episodes. Now, it is vague information, as you can sort of tell, but it was information that the person wasn't really meant to learn of at the time. They just sort of, I don't want to say accidentally found out about it, but weren't intentionally told. Now, of course, we know that our heroes of the Arrowverse do stuff, I guess you could say, between episodes. They don't stand there like statues until the intro for the episode plays. But they do stuff between episodes and seasons of the shows when it comes to taking on villains and teaming up and maybe just even hanging out and all of that. In the Armageddon event from the beginning of last year, I think it was during Armageddon, I'm pretty sure, they referenced that the Justice League, if you want to call it, of the Arrowverse, took on Felix Faust off screen, for example. I don't know if it was, I think it was all of them, just without Oliver, obviously, because he had died. So I think it was like Supergirl, Superman, Batwoman, Martian Manhunter, The Flash, Black Lightning, they all teamed up and took on Felix Faust. So we could potentially be seeing something like that in this episode during The Flash Season 9. It's something that took place between a past episode. Now, it is important to remember that Oliver in the set photos that were taken recently is wearing the suit that he wore during Season 8 of Arrow, which was when The Flash was in its 6th season. And of course, that's when Bloodwork was the villain, and who's in the set photos as well? Bloodwork. However, that was in the pre-Crisis timeline. So, we don't know exactly how things played out post-Crisis. However, many would assume that it would have played out in a very similar, if not the exact same way. Now, of course, there is a possibility that what we just talked about going on in this episode does happen with time travel and everything like that, but what we are seeing in this particular scene from the set photos that was seen being filmed over the past few days does not play into that. So throughout the episode, we do go back in time with Barry through time travel and encounter some familiar characters, but in past scenarios, maybe in episodes we've seen from the past or between episodes or whatever it might be. This including Oliver Queen, but what we are seeing in the set photos in that particular scene is in the present day. And my main reason for thinking that, and this is something I did bring up in my initial video going over the set photos, is that there is a part in the episode and these scenes in which Diggle and Oliver embrace each other in a hug as if it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're here. It's a bit of like a reunion hug. And this was confirmed to be a part of the filming. This wasn't done off camera. This was a part of the scene, not something off camera. So why would Diggle and Oliver hug each other if this wasn't a reunion? It seems a bit odd, doesn't it? And the answer to that is, yeah, it seems pretty freaking odd. Like, why the hell would this happen? At first, I was like, okay, it's probably like 50-50. Maybe they did hug off camera. But then after I recorded that video and I was just flicking through Twitter and saw the photos again and stuff like that, I was like, hold on. They were at the rehearsals previously. Like, they would have seen each other before they even filmed this. So it's not just them hugging off camera. That would be odd. So, yeah, it makes the situation pretty weird as to why they'd be hugging in the scene if it wasn't some sort of like reunion sort of thing. So due to this, it makes you think, okay, well, this is in the present day and Diggle is, reuniting with his good friend that he saw die. So obviously he's not going to get resurrected. I highly doubt that he's going to be resurrected. So my logical thought process around this is that, well, is this the Spectre taking a physical form in the real world as Oliver Queen again in order to assist Barry and just squash a certain situation? Like, that to me seems like a very easily logical situation, and also one that doesn't really require, like a load of explanation. The other options, like, this being a multiverse version of Oliver Queen, or a randomly resurrected Oliver Queen, or even like a Oliver Queen from the past brought to the present and stuff, they do require the explanation as to why that's specifically happening, and even like a journey. Like, I've seen a theory where it's like a multiverse hopping Oliver Queen, and it's sort of playing into like what we saw in season 8 of Arrow when Oliver, went to Earth 2 and stuff like that. Was doing like the Monitor's bidding. So this could be like another version of Oliver Queen that's doing the exact same thing, but that requires a lot of explanation. You have to explain and maybe even see a POV or point of view from that Oliver Queen as to what he's doing and why he's now on Earth Prime. And what we're seeing in the episode so far doesn't really explain why that multiverse hopping Oliver Queen would randomly now be on Earth Prime, and assisting with certain things. So yeah, all those things require a decent amount of explanation, or at least the explanation that people would want is a decent explanation. Like, the show could just have one of those versions of Oliver Queen show up and do little to maybe even no explaining, but that wouldn't please too many people, and everyone would go, oh, it's plot holes, oh, this is forced, and or not making sense and stuff like that. So Spectre Oliver taking this form of his, past Oliver Queen self in the present day to help Barry and, Wally and Diggle and just deal with this whole situation would make a lot more sense. Even though, as I said, we could see like, past Oliver Queen versions through time travel as well. Like, you never know, that could be the case in various situations throughout the episode where it is a different version of Oliver Queen each time. However, it is still important to remember that we still have this blood work aspect in the episode, and we know what he did to Barry last time. So maybe throughout the episode, blood work is messing with Barry in a way in which he is seeing Barry, or like blood work is messing with Barry, so he sees his past in certain situations. So it is flashbacks and or, quote unquote, time travel, because we're going to previous situations in like 2018 or 2016 or 2019 or whatever it might be, but it's all in his head thanks to blood work. And maybe Oliver Queen as Spectre breaks him out of it, and then we get that final battle where we see Diggle, Wally West, the Flash, or Barry, and Oliver Queen as Green Arrow teaming up against Bloodwork. That could maybe be the cool build-up throughout the episode, which would be a pretty big payoff and pretty cool payoff if that is the final battle, because we do know, that they're versing Bloodwork. And the more I think about it, that whole situation where it is Bloodwork messing with Barry and it leads up to like a final battle in real life with Spectre Oliver as Green Arrow, you know, saying this could be the final appearance of all these characters except for Barry because he's still got a few more episodes after this to go, that seems like almost like poetic that's what it all builds up to. Actually, that seems incredibly cool. The more I think about it, the more I like it, and I actually hope that's the case. But also, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment if that's not what's happening. But hopefully, it's something like that. From what I've seen so far, and just the chess pieces, if you want to call it, in place, it seems like we're getting something like that. Maybe not exactly the same, but something. But yeah, guys, that's all to talk about in the video. What do you think of that final theory? Do you think we're going to get like a Bloodwork sort of brain messing with episode for like, I don't know, like 2/3, 3/4 of the episode, and then the end thing is that battle that we've seen the set photos from, and that's the end of the episode, and that's probably like the final time we see Diggle, Oliver, and Wally on screen, or at least Diggle and Oliver most likely, at least in regards to the Arrowverse and Earth Prime. Do you like that theory? Do you think it's crap? Let me know, be honest. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like and show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on all this stuff. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.